Hello beautiful people, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Winnie, and in today's video we're going to be learning how to draft and sew a bustier with yoke. It is very easy to make and it is beginners friendly. This was my own final outcome, although I beaded on the dress, but I'm not going to be showing the beading tutorial, just the drafting and sewing. If this is what you would like to learn, definitely keep on watching. Like my videos, share with your family and friends, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out anytime I upload a new video. So without too much talking, let's get to the honey of this video. Let's go. I love you. Hey beauty, welcome to my channel. To begin, I've cut out my pattern paper and I'm going to be ruling out my bust point, my under bust, and my waistline like we normally do. I've done a bustier tutorial on this channel before. I don't know if you've seen it. I'm going to drop the link in the description box. So now I drew the line for my bust point, and now I'm drawing the line for my under bust. Don't forget that I always add ½ inch to that. If my bust point is 14, I'll mark out 14.5. That means I'm already adding all my allowance to the paper. So now I marked my neckline of 3 inches and my shoulder measurement divided by 2 plus ½ inch. Then I am going to be marking my armhole depth, which is also going to serve as my chest line. And then I took out 1 inch for my shoulder slope, and then I marked that. So that's my chest line, and I am going to be drawing out my armhole curve right now. So once that is done, the next thing is to start our bustier design proper. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm just marking out my neck depth of 3 inches, just so that you can really understand what I'm doing. And then I'll mark my bust span measurement divided by 2 plus ½ inch. My own bust span measurement is 8 inches. That will be divided by 2 is 4. So I'm marking out 4.5 inches now because I want to add all my allowances to the paper. So after I've done that and I marked that into a straight line, on the waistline I marked 1 inch on both sides, and on the under bust I marked 1 inch on both sides, and then I connected that into a straight line. Then the next thing I'm doing is to create a curve to meet with the bust point area. As you can see, I'm not doing it to the top. I came down about ½ inch and I'm connecting that because we don't want it to be too sharp. So now what you're going to do is that you're going to determine how deep you want your neckline to be. As for me, from the chest line I just went down by 1 inch, and on the armhole area I went down also by 6 inches, and then I'm going to be connecting that into something like a sweetheart neckline. Not even something like a sweetheart neckline, it's a sweetheart neckline. All right, so I'm just labeling the center front, the side front, and the yoke. So now the next thing we are going to do is to tighten the that side where the yoke is. So I just marked ½ inch on both sides, and then I am going to be connecting that with my pattern master. So all these points that I shaded out is going off. So that is basically how to draft your bustier pattern. And don't forget that on that line, the 1 inch you took, you are going to return it back to that line, which I'm doing right now. I'm just creating the straight line, and then I returned the 1 inch back. Then I went ahead to curve my new armhole, so the old armhole is not going to be needed. I hope you understand what I'm doing. So the next thing I'm going to be doing now is to measure out my bust divided by 4 and then mark that out. So what I'm going to be doing, I'll measure what I have on that side, then I'll jump the dart and start from that. I wanted to have a closer look, that's why I turned my camera. So I measured what I have on that side, then I jumped to continue my bust measurement before I now added my allowance of 2 inches. So my bust measurement divided by 2 plus 2 inches sewing allowance. Then the next thing I'm going to do is to come down to my waist area. I marked my waist area divided by 4. What I had there was 3.5. I jumped it, then I continued marking. So my waist divided by 4 was 8 inches, and I added 2 inches for the allowance. And then I went ahead to use my pattern master to draw it into a curvy line. It's not a straight line because our body is not straight, we are not skeleton, all right? So now once all of that is done, what I am going to be doing next is to cut it out. If you are new to my channel, you are powerfully welcome to the channel of beautiful people. Do well to subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out anytime I upload a new video. And I would love you to join my community and tell me what tutorial you want me to do next. And if you have any questions, you can drop that in the comment section down below. I'll be more than happy to answer you. Thank you. So now we are done cutting the front, and this is the back pattern. It's just a basic back pattern, all right? Just a basic back pattern. What I'm just going to be doing is that I'm going to be creating my dart, and I use my bust span measurement divided by 2 plus ½ inch. I drew that up to the chest line, then I marked ½ inch on both sides on the waist, and then I connected it to the chest line. So I want the back to have like a keyhole effect, so I'm going to be drawing a curve from that chest point into my neckline like so that it can have a keyhole kind of effect. And once that is done, the back is going to be having a corset loop at the back. It's not a corset, but it's going to be having a loop at the back. So I went ahead to take out 1.5 inches for the waist area, and at the upper part I just took out 1 inch, and then I connected that into a slant line. Okay, I later did not take anything from that neck part, so I just connected that into a slant line like that, and that will serve as I'll use that to cut out my modesty panel. So 1.5 inches for the zip allowance plus the 1.5 inches I took, that's roughly 3 inches that I took away from the zip side just to form the loop. And then I'm going to mark out my bust measurement divided by 4 plus allowance, and also my waist measurement divided by 4 plus allowance, and then I'm going to connect that into a curvy line. All right, I hope you are enjoying and you are learning. So once all of that is done, the next thing is to cut everything out and mark out all the points that you are going to be marking out, so that you don't make any mistakes when you are cutting on your fabric. I just cut it through to that place because I wanted like a button to be at that side, and then I cut off all the darts and the part where the modesty panel is going to be, and everything, and then I labeled everything so that it will make my work easier when I am sewing on my fabric. Once that is done, the next thing is to cut everything out on your fabric, which I've already done here. I've cut out the back pieces and the front pieces, both the main fabric and the lining. I've cut everything out, and what I'm doing right now is to mark out the points where the wrong side is, so that I don't make any mistakes when I am sewing on my fabric. So I also cut out wording that I'll be using, but the wording is going to be on the lining part of the dress because I don't want it to really show that there is wording there. So I want every stitch to be neatly done inside the fabric. So what I'm going to do now is that I place the center front, and I'm going to place the side front on it, right side facing right side, and I'm going to stitch that down. Then for the back, I'm also going to stitch the center back and the side backs together, right side facing right side, and I'm also going to create my modesty panel on the while I am doing this. There is a detailed tutorial on how to create your modesty panel. I've already done that on this channel. I am going to drop the link in the description box, or you check it up. Just scroll through my Winnie Care tutorials and check it up so that you can keep yourself up to speed with everything that we've done on here, because I'm not going to be repeating that tutorial here, so that this video is not going to be too long. You can go ahead and check that tutorial. So now, after joining everything, I've also cut out my yoke. this is my yoke. I cut 2 of that, and I used it to turn the neckline. I used the one to turn the neckline, like right side facing right side, so that the neck can be neat. I know you understand what I mean. And this is the front part. I am going to just be pinning it down and attaching it to the bustier part, so that everything can be neatly done. All right, and once that is done, I am going to go ahead and just stitch everything down. Like I always say, you cannot outgrow pins. You should always pin any part that is curvy or tricky, so that you can get a perfect effect. If you don't pin it, you are going to make mistakes. So now, after stitching that, this is the wrong side, I mean the lining part, I'm gonna have to add my pad to it. And now I'm going to be joining the lining and the main fabric together. So I opened up my yoke to the side inside like that, and then I stitch it down. So you can also pin it if it's going to be tricky. And then this was the final look when I was done. If you want a beading tutorial, let me know in the comment section down below. And if this video was helpful, just kindly give me a like. Thank you. Till I see you in the next one. I love you and I care. Bye.